So I guess I just don't understand. But don't rational people calibrate how strongly they think something is true to the best evidence? Now you can say the best explanation, but that's an umbrella term to a certain extent that encompasses evidence. So it's kind of cheating, but I'm willing to go for that. Like, that's what it means to be rational. Like, I don't think, oh my God, this place is going to be it's just a stampede of moose that's going to run in here. And you say to me, well, why not? Why do you think that? I'm like, well, we're in Florida. I don't think there's a moose for 500 miles around here. Mooses don't live in this. It's incredibly hot here. There's no reason to believe there's a moose here. So I would be on absolutely disagree.
Yeah, I agree with you. I would just stand at disagree. I don't think there'd be any difference between absolutely disagree and disagree. We would both agree that moose aren't about to come stampeding through the room.
Right, but it would be more rational to stand on the absolutely disagree because of the evidence.
What evidence are you bringing forth?
There's no moose. There's a stampede of.
I don't think it's a matter of evidence, but explanation. What problem are you solving in even invoking this idea? If someone comes towards us now and says there's about to be a moose stampede, my immediate question to them would not be, what is your evidence for this, but explain to me why you think this. What evidence could they bring? I suppose they could take us to the door and show us the moose stampede coming towards us. But I wouldn't even bother doing that, knowing what you tell me about the existence of moose in Florida. I would assume, my immediate assumption would be crazy person.
Yeah,
not
drugs, LSD or something.
Yeah.
So let me ask you this question then, running with the moose example. Guy walks in here, well-dressed, doesn't look like he's insane. He says, holy shit, this is unbelievable. There was a stampede of mooses coming toward us. We need to get out. We need to evacuate immediately. I would be on absolutely disagree. If you telling me sincerely that you would be on disagree, I would tell you, well, let's say that you would be on neutral to make it more stark. I would say that is a less rational alternative than to be on strongly disagree or absolutely disagree. Because I could understand how you could be on strongly disagree. Maybe there's like some moose parade or something like at a zoo, and they have a refrigerated unit with a bunch of mooses and they escaped. But for you to be on neutral, I would argue that's a less rational position. You have miscalibrated your confidence, and thus there's something suspect or damaged about the way you're processing facts and evidence.
I would interpret neutral in that situation as don't know whether this person is telling the truth or being dishonest or is trying to pull the wool over our eyes or is involved in a candid camera type thing. Over here, disagree with him that the moose are about to stampede. I would say, I know he is not telling the truth for whatever reason. Over there, on agree, I would say, for whatever reason, I have a good explanation that he is telling the truth. For example, I saw a news story this morning about moose having escaped from a circus.
Okay, but that's an example of how you would use evidence to calibrate your confidence so that you would be able to successfully navigate. So you would need to know whether or not you need to actually escape. Now, I would not even think about walking toward the door.
Yeah, correct. So sometimes evidence absolutely has a crucial role to play in certain situations. For example, in that one, I would have evidence, and the evidence forms part of the explanation as to why I think this person is correct. Absent any evidence whatsoever, well, in fact, I do have evidence. The evidence is that this person is just saying stuff, very poor quality evidence, and I have to set that against explanations about moose and Florida and the likelihood of stampedes and the walls here and all that sort of stuff.
Okay. You wake up this morning in our Airbnb. You hear a news report saying there's going to be the largest display of moose ever in the history of Florida. The guy who comes running in here warning us about the moose stampede has a zookeeper uniform on. And another guy has a little hat that says, like, John's Refrigeration. And they're like, holy shit, dude, the moose are coming. Okay. That would be, bizarrely, but that would be more evidence for you to calibrate your confidence up that the claim, that accords with, that there's a lawful alignment in reality between the claim and what is.
Yeah, we agree. I mean, you have just said that we saw something on television that morning. That's
yeah.
Right? Yeah. So immediately now I have a good explanation. You know, the media has
I
been
see what
involved,
you mean.
and
Okay.
you've got these people who look like they're reliable interlocutors and so on and so forth. So taken all together, absolutely.
Okay.
Well, I'm
So
saying
for
absolutely,
you,
but
so for you, is the word explanation and the word evidence, they are synonymous or not synonymous?
they're not synonymous. No, evidence decides between explanations that I guess or that we guess. Or
Got
whatever.
it. So what would the news report would be evidence, but not an explanation, or would it be an explanation?
Well, I'm the one the explanations come from within me. So I have to generate an explanation about the news report. For example, I might very well see the news report, and then a moment later it cuts to, SNL's 50th anniversary, and then I recalibrate, as you say. I come up with a new explanation. Oh, this is actually a parody of a news report.
Right.
On the other hand, if it's regular CNN, I go, okay, that's an explanation.
Well, then I wouldn't believe it, but yeah.
Okay, yeah.
But a source that we trust. Okay.
Yes.